City Wrestling.
Oh yeah! Welcome to another edition of Grind City Wrestling. I am Dustin Stark. Be sure to follow us on social media at Grind City Media. Take the subscribe button to Slap City. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube. All right, so last week was not necessarily a good week for professional wrestling fans, as we had a special podcast in memory of Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. We also caught up with the ring general, the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther, ahead of his WWE in Memphis appearance. But this week, we have a lot to catch up on. A lot with Memphis Wrestling. 2 huge pay-per-views coming up this weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any time. It is bell time. Introducing first my co-host, my tag team partner for the day. E-Rock is out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Walker, baby. What's up?
What's good, 5-star? My name is Devin Walker, baby, and I don't have a catchphrase.
Well, you kind of do.
Do I?
Baby.
Yeah, but like that's not my catchphrase though. Like that's somebody else's catchphrase.
It's a nickname. That's more like a nickname.
Well, I took that from did you see what's your name? Orange Cassidy's promo last night?
I did.
He ends it with, "My name is Orange Cassidy and I don't have a catchphrase." Drops the mic. Loves it, bro. Shout out Orange Cassidy.
Be sure to follow Devin on Twitter at Devin_Walker. Man, it was a huge weekend of wrestling.
Yeah, big week. Big week. We had Raw here Monday. We had a big AEW show on Wednesday. We got some news coming down the pipeline. Hopefully very, very soon.
Oh, yeah, you know it's coming, brother.
Yeah. Oh, it has to be coming. We got 2 big pay-per-views this week. We had an amazing pay-per-view last weekend. Bro, let's talk about it because we got a lot to talk about because I got some thoughts for sure.
First and foremost, let's start with Saturday night, Gleason, Tennessee, the Tater Town Throwdown. We had about 650 people out there, Devin. It was absolutely awesome. I got up at like 5:45 a.m. to head out there. Me and a couple of the boys jumped in the truck, headed out to Gleason, Tennessee. Didn't get home until about 1 o'clock in the morning. Of course, had to get up early the next morning because we had Memphis Wrestling TV, and I can't believe you weren't there. Yeah, Enzo Amore was there.
I was in Alabama, man.
Enzo was there. Enzo was there, and he was absolutely awesome. You know, we've talked about the stories, and, you know, especially this podcast has been going on so long. We've talked about Enzo a lot, backstage, all this kind of stuff. But, man, I cannot tell you enough good things about how he was with the people, the VIP. I mean, his in-ring performance, of course, his promo was absolutely awesome. So that's coming up on Memphis Wrestling in the near future, in the next coming weeks. But man, we had a packed house for that. And then the very next day, or actually that night, we headed out to Dave & Buster's for AEW All In. Did you get the chance to watch that in full?
I watched it in full and I took notes. I took it all in. I took it all in, pause, and I took notes.
Give me a shotgun version here.
I think it's the best wrestling pay-per-view we've seen this year. I think from top to bottom, from bell to bell.
It visually looked fantastic.
Yeah, I think it was the best wrestling pay-per-view we've seen in 2023. From bell to bell, it was great. You started out hot with it wasn't Samoa Joe Punk, was it?
Yeah, they were on probably first. I mean, it was very early on in the card.
Started 5-star match. Samoa Joe is starting to grow on me even more because I know I was a big fan of him when he was in Impact. Some of the little things he does in the ring, it makes me laugh. So shout out Samoa Joe. But bro, just like it was the largest paid attendance in wrestling history, and they made sure to mention that 1,000 times to let WWE know that this is the largest paid attendance in wrestling history. And they put on a hell of a show. And just watching that show, whether it's from that, the 6-man tag, seeing Sasha Banks in the crowd, because we know that means a debut is coming, because she can finally save that damn AEW women's division because it's trash.
He is not cleared to compete yet, so that's why we haven't seen her in action yet, but I hear it's coming.
Yeah, because that AEW, that women's division is horrible. Like putting the belt on Saraya, whatever her name is, trash. That's my take on that one.
Oh boy.
Seeing 75-year-old Sting take bumps 5-star. I love it.
65, but he's still killing it.
Too. The funny part about it was for me was he tried to break the table the first time and he had to go back around to make sure the table was broken.
Hey,
So
it was playing all over Twitter all week of Michael Cole's snippet where he says, "You see that Sting? That's what wrestling in front of 80,000 people looks like at WrestleMania or something. You're in
yeah,
the big leagues now."
shout out Sting. And my last one is I just want to say that another take. You know, I'm a big fan of these takes. Will Ospreay is the best professional wrestler in wrestling right now. He might not be the most known one. I know you're rolling your eyes at me. You know, you're rolling your eyes at me. You're rolling your eyes. He is the, if you just put him in the ring, because there's guys like Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Adam Cole, baby. I know you hate him, but like
He is,
I feel like he
I
can
don't
wrestle
hate
this
him.
hanger and make it look
He's
fun.
Kenny Omega. He's Kenny Omega. He's a guy that is very, very good that the United States doesn't know that much about. I'm in the professional wrestling business. I own and run a wrestling company, and I've only seen a handful of his matches. Now, again, I don't seek these out, don't have time to go seek them out and watch them and all that stuff or whatever. But if he was on AEW every week or WWE every week, then I would know. Now I know Kenny Omega. He's been on
Mhm.
television long enough for me to know, oh, that's what Devin was talking about all these years ago. But Will Ospreay needs to sign a contract with AEW so he can appear over and over and over again, so he can become the next. And I'm just using this as a term, like to me, the next Kenny Omega, to where now I know who this guy is, just like some of the others do. And I hear his contract is ending with New Japan, and I think he's going to sign with AEW. So,
Yeah, maybe
but to
time. But
say he's the
I'm
best,
look,
yeah,
5 star. Look, I'm doing this to go out on a limb already before everybody start getting on board with Will Ospreay.
okay,
I'm
I
saying it
got
right
you.
now on our podcast. He can wrestle this hanger right here and make it look good. I guess my last two notes are the Aleister Black Bray Wyatt tribute coming out with the lantern was super dope. That was super dope tribute. And last but not least, the main event, Adam Cole, Baby, MJF. I know some people didn't like the match because of the way it ended, right? I think the best thing I saw in that match, they did the. I've never seen anybody do the Eddie Guerrero spot the way they did it. The
That's
chair thing, where they're throwing the chair back and forth. I've never seen anybody pull that off the way they did. And
yeah,
I just like for me, like
clever,
it's
clever.
clever, right? It gets the
Yeah.
crowd to pop. You love it. So yeah, I think I know we got a lot of wrestling to talk about, but I think for that show, the best wrestling show from bell to bell.
Here's what I thought, because you knew I was skeptical about the MJF, Adam Cole, and all that kind of stuff. But with them winning the tag titles and then them not turning on each other, I think was the best bet, because you gave the people something that they can continue to cheer for. So you didn't flip anybody, which I thought was really good. Now, I'm surprised that through that whole recap of your notes that you did not really mention CM Punk, because
Huh.
Punk is literally the talk after such a huge event, record breaking event at Wembley Stadium. The internet is only talking about the backstage fight and CM Punk having to be begged to go to the ring before his match and all of that stuff. What in the world is going on, Devin?
5 star. I'm so done with that dude, bro. I was done with. I know we talked about it like when he came back. I was done with him then. Like it's like, bro, why can't you just be cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't they gave you a freaking show? They gave you the reins. You're gonna open the show with a banger with Samoa Joe, but you want to get in junk. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I have no idea. You can go and find the stories on social media because there's a couple of different versions of them. But what I look at is like, guys, this is a television show. It's not real fighting. And you guys are really fighting backstage about a television show that is scripted to do. Like, what are you doing? Anyways,
Yeah, and then we had Jack Perry like look in the camera and be like, "It's real glass." Like, bro, what are we like? Why? Like, what are we like? That's fun, but like CM Punk, I feel like at this point, Justin, we can't go a month or 2 weeks without some CM Punk riff backstage.
unbelievable.
And you know what that tells me? That tells you something. WWE will bring anybody back from they'll bring if you have scandals, they'll bring you back. If you can make them money, they will bring you back into their company, right? We've seen it
Yes.
from let me see. I actually wrote a list of guys that have come back into the company. Hold on.
Eric McMahon is competing in the worlds this week in jiu-jitsu. And when he comes back, we need to twist his arm and see if he can use his MMA connection to get us CM Punk, because I would like to talk to CM Punk on this podcast and look across at the Zoom and say, are these things true?
Why are you an asshole?
Like, tell us what's really going on.
Like they brought back they brought Jeff Jarrett back. They brought Lesnar back. They brought Ultimate Warrior back. Like dudes that have been like a pain in the ass multiple times, right?
Totally.
Because they know they can make them money. But you gotta be, you know how much of a pain in the ass you have to be CM Punk for WWE, be like, you know what? We're gonna stay away from you, buddy. You can play over
thanks.
there.
Right. No thanks.
You can go play over there.
We're going to preview the WWE Payback card that's on Saturday, which WWE stole Saturday's pay-per-views from AEW. So AEW is on Sunday, and that is All Out. It's back-to-back weeks of pay-per-views for AEW, and I kind of think it's cool. But first, I wanted to talk about WWE Monday Night Raw in Memphis. We all went over to Ghost River beforehand. Big shout out to Bob. It was a great party, awesome place. The wings at New Wing Order were fantastic. Then we all walked over. We did not even miss bell time for Monday Night Raw. We literally left at like 6:50. Bell time 7 o'clock. Went over, got in the sweet box and all that. Any kind of notes that stuck out from WWE Raw? I can start with the glaringly obvious one.
What, Jerry Lawler?
The King make an appearance in front of the live crowd. It was used as a digital social media exclusive. Also. Memphis Wrestling posted it up, and man, there were websites stealing it down. It's
That's
absolutely insane.
That's always a tough scene.
No credit, no nothing, just stealing it. But anyway, the King shows up, waves at the crowd, has tears in his eyes, introduced by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and he has a beard.
A gray beard.
A gray beard. I've never seen Jerry Lawler with facial hair other than the little crown, and I think he had to color most of that in to make it look like a crown. Yeah. Back in the 70s and 80s or whatever. But yeah, the King
going through real life, bro. When you pop out in front of 10,000 people with a gray beard, that means you've been going through it. So I applaud the King for stepping out and showing love to it and getting that pop in his city. Because if you can be, no matter what can happen, man, Jerry Law is always gonna get a pop in Memphis.
He's always gonna be the King of Memphis. Exactly. And you know what I love the most about it is I love that the people love the King. You know, say what you want about him, but the people, I feel like my favorite wrestler growing up, man. But I do feel like that I don't want to say that it was a goodbye, but I don't know how many more times we're going to see that happen.
That's why I think that one meant more than a lot of other situations for sure.
The pop was a little extra loud.
Yeah. So my notes I wrote for the Raw show was, it was so good to feel the energy of a wrestling crowd, of like a wrestling crowd. Like it let me know 5-star, because I go to like so many like smaller shows. Like I go to your show, I go to like other local shows in the city, and the energy is there, right? And I know like from a local level, the energy is there. But to pop out on a national brand like WWE and feel that same kind of energy, right? That lets me know wrestling's not just popping on a local level. Wrestling's back nationally, right? It was a time and place where wrestling. We had a lull where wrestling was like, it was kind of like why are you watching wrestling? Like, it's not that. I think
so you had the lull, then you had the pandemic.
Exactly. Oh. And now post-pandemic, I think people have found that fun in wrestling again. Wrestling is cool again. That's the easiest way to say it. Wrestling is cool again. I saw it from that crowd. You saw different people there. You saw so many different people like usually at wrestling events, you see a certain type of person at a wrestling event. At this wrestling show, it was so many different types of people. And it lets you know like the wave of wrestling is hitting again. And I'm excited to be a part of it, because I sat there in my seat and I was like looking around. I was like, wow, this energy is legit in here, man. Like,
right. It was
legit
awesome
energy. And I loved it. We had the Bray Wyatt tribute, which is dope. I saw Samantha Irvin in person for the first time. Tip my cap. Love her. And the main event, from me, 5-star. Oh, actually, let me rewind before we get to the main event. People were tweeting me. Did you see this? They were like, oh, Cody Rhodes is not on the Raw. Why is Cody Rhodes not at Raw? And people in Memphis were like, wait, we just saw him.
Yeah, so he was there.
Apparently, that was a commercial break when Dirty Dom walked out.
Ah.
Cody's music hits. He does this whole, whoa. Yeah, I think it was just him letting people know, you paid money to see me.
Right.
You come here, you paid your hard-earned money to see me. I'm going to at least pop out and give you stuff. and give you exactly Top Guy stuff. I'm in my suit. I'm gonna pop out, give you your whoa moment. I'm gonna hit somebody with a crossroads, and I'm out of here. Right. So salute Cody Rhodes on that one because it was so cool to see that interest in real life. I seen it on AEW so many times, so I was honored to be a part of it. Then we moved to the main event.
Yes.
I was skeptical 5-star. I was very skeptical when you gave me.
Congratulations to Lacey Ryan, Zoey Stark, main
Yes.
eventing in Memphis. She was previously on the Championship Wrestling show that we have had on our program. So to see her go in the last 3 years from our television program at the United Wrestling Network all the way to NXT, now the main event of Monday Night Raw with Trish Stratus in her corner against big time Bex. Are you kidding me? Congratulations, Zoey Stark. That's awesome.
Gotta love it. And I was skeptical when they rolled that out the main event. I was like, how much? What are they gonna do with this? Right? What are they gonna do with this? When I saw Falls Count Anywhere, what's CJ? Falls Count Anywhere, I was like, okay, maybe we might get some juice with this, right? And when the match started 5-star, I was like, oh shit, here we go. They're fighting in the crowd. They're fighting on the side.
Did you see in the crowd? Did you see who was
I saw
Boz was there, Nix was there.
Yeah.
There was a whole plethora of Memphis wrestling talent in the locker room that you didn't see on camera. Man, we probably were about a dozen deep in that locker room.
I love it. Because that lets you know that they see it, right? We had Becky beating the hell out of Zoey Stark, getting the whoop that trick chant.
Yes.
Becky getting into it. I love to see it. Fighting in the crowd, fighting everywhere. And I haven't seen Trish Stratus in person since I was like 10 years old. So it was good to see that.
Looked awesome.
They fight to the other side of the crowd. Becky fights him off, hits him with the move, puts her through a table, and then afterwards. Did you stay for afterwards?
Yes, I did, of course.
She sits on the rail, and you could tell she's emotional because like I saw the video after the show, she's crying, right?
Yeah.
And she walks over to the rail. She tells a story about how Bray. She wanted to end this match with a table because Bray taught her how to use a table for the first time. And she wanted to pay tribute to him by using a table to beat.
People don't think about that. If I said, hey, Devin, you're going to go get that table, set it up, and we're going to slam somebody through it. And you go, okay. When you go over to that table, and this is what Becky was saying, is that she had never handled a table. They are very heavy. They're odd to pick up, to get the legs correctly and to stand it up, especially for a 120-pound woman. Or even for me, goodness gracious, setting it up, it's really difficult. So for her to tell that story, I mean, it does put into, perspective that not only are these guys extremely helpful and close backstage to make sure that even something that is none of their business, they made sure was really good. But then also, like, this is not something that you could just go out and do.
No.
It is so if you have a folding table at your house, try this. Just try to set it up like a wrestler. It is not that easy, but that was it was a very cool promo that she did afterwards.
Yeah.
And the fans were, I mean, it's very, very sad. I was saying on Jessica Benson's show that the Bray Wyatt thing kind of hit me like Kobe, like, wait, what? Because at FedEx Forum that night was just, it was literally like a family member had passed away. It was very quiet and sad, even though it was not a Memphis Grizzlies player or what have you. So anyway, good stuff from Big Time Bex. Anything else from WWE Raw?
And I heard after the show that Becky Lynch, and then this kind of like takes a look into how who they are. Because sometimes we hear stuff about wrestlers, we're like, they're not that cool, right? Some of them aren't that cool. They can be cool as hell on camera, but when they get backstage, they're assholes, right? Someone told me after the show, Becky Lynch took 30 minutes, 5-star, and took a photo, signed autographs with everybody downstairs.
Well, I watched her go around the ring. She literally went around the ring, hugged, took selfies. I mean, they spent a lot of time, as people were filing out and stuff at ringside. It was really cool.
And that means a lot to people like that. Like, what I'm saying? Like people that watch you on TV every day, like they see you as a character, and to you like be real and like be cool. When someone told me that story, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool that she like took that much time to pay love and show some love to the fans of Memphis. So great. Hey, we've had some good wrestling shows from Saturday to Monday. It's been good, man. It's been great.
One last note is I got a text message. I was texting with Byron Saxton. I worked with him back in my developmental days. And so I asked Byron, what does Monday look like if he would be able to come by? Because last time they were in town, he texted me. He saw me on a billboard for Memphis Wrestling and thought it was funny. Like, hey, man, seeing you on this billboard. That's awesome. So I invited him over and he said, man, it's going to be really busy on Monday. I'm getting in on Sunday. What are you doing? And I'm like, are you kidding me? We've got a TV taping. But I just knew the fans would mob him if he came anywhere close to bell time. So we ended up swinging by afterwards and meeting a lot of the stars of tomorrow, the trainees, the staff, and all that kind of stuff. And just to be able to show him what we've built here in Memphis based off of what I learned while I was in the developmental system. So he thought it was real cool. But big shout out to Byron Saxton for stopping by the Memphis Wrestling WrestleCenter. Okay.
Oh, I forgot one
Kevin.
thing. One more quick note. Rhea Ripley's a damn star, by the way. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
she's a star. And shout out to the Miz.
Mami. Miz is great. That was awesome. Yeah. Okay. So best wrestling you watched all week. A lot to choose from.
Everything I just mentioned. Like, I just think
that's just it.
Everything from All Out to Raw. I think that was. I mean, if I want to give it to one singular thing, I think just taking in the experience of Raw. Because I think it was the highest grossing Raw we ever had in Memphis. It was packed. It was a packed house. We got a good show. I was one who was scared. I was mad as hell about the SmackDown show we got. I thought it was trash. I think they gave us a mid show when we had SmackDown a couple months ago. And I think WWE, I know sometimes that Vince doesn't like to acknowledge that he sees what AEW is doing, but I think they knew how big of a show AEW had. They're like, you know what? We can't start all week with a dud coming off a weekend like that. So I think that they didn't give us a 5-star show, but they gave us, they played the hits, right? They gave us Jerry Lawler. They gave us The New Day. They gave us Cody Rhodes. They gave us Dom and Mami. They gave us Becky Lynch. They gave us the hits, man. They gave us the things that would kind of create that audience. So they gave us the Miz, giving us one of the best promos he's had this year, playing LA Knight.
I wanted LA Knight, though. I wanted LA Knight.
Yeah, dude, the fans didn't know it wasn't LA Knight till he got on the mic.
Yeah, he looked exactly like him.
So yeah, I think salute WWE for giving. We got a good show. So yeah, I think my best wrestling of the week is just a WWE show and Raw, being in Memphis and being a great show, and wrestling is back, bro. Wrestling is back.
Totally agree with you 1,000,000%. I would say that that's the best wrestling that I watched all week, but just to be different, I'll say that AEW at Wembley Stadium was the best wrestling that I watched all week. Big shout out to the staff at Dave & Buster's. We actually had people show up at like noon for the live version of AEW All In, and it was about 50 or 60 people, so they filled it up. So instead of sending them and saying, hey, 7 p.m., they went ahead and aired the pay-per-view right then and there, and then we had just as many people, if not more, go up that night after our television taping for AEW All In, and it was absolutely free at Dave & Buster's, just like WWE Payback and AEW All Out this weekend. Like I said, watch absolutely free with us at Dave & Buster's. So let's go right there. Real quick, just run through the card. We'll start with WWE Payback. Is there anything? I'm going to list some matches, and you just tell me. You stop me, okay?
Okay.
Grayson Waller effect with special guest Cody Rhodes. Cody's got a night off, right? LA Knight versus The Miz.
Thumbs up.
I think that'll be a good match. LA Knight with a big victory. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in a steel cage.
Actually, you know what? When you say steel cage, I'll give a thumbs up.
Oh, absolutely. Anything with Trish Stratus at this point, especially, I mean, Becky and Trish are on a whole nother level. Rey Mysterio defending the United States title against Austin Theory. Rey's crew's going to turn on him. Escobar is going to turn on Rey.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defend the tag team title against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It's a Steel City street fight for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, and you know that Finn Balor and Damian Priest can't get along already.
Yeah, I love the rib between them. I'm gonna go. Can I go middle? Can I go like I'm in the middle between it? Because I don't really care about. I mean, I love KO and Sami Zayn, but it's like whatever.
But you only cared about them when they were against the Bloodline. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yes.
Rhea Ripley defends against Raquel Rodriguez. I love Rodriguez, and I love Mami.
Why do you love Raquel Rodriguez, bro?
She is just a big physical specimen. She's
trash.
Got back muscles.
The back muscles don't do it for me, Pop. So
it does it for me, brother. And when you put Mami across the ring from Raquel Rodriguez, bring it on. I'm here for it. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke. World Heavyweight Championship match.
I love that.
You fell out of your chair.
Yeah, I had to charge my computer up. But
I thought you fell.
You loving Raquel Rodriguez's back muscles is hilarious.
I just love Raquel Rodriguez.
It's like her thing is like, look at my back muscles, bro.
I love Chelsea Green.
Why?
I love Piper Niven.
Also, did not realize how tall Chelsea Green was. She wrestled on the pre-show. I mean, the main event, like at 6:45. She's tall as hell. But
I missed it. I was coming in.
Yeah, I was there in my seat.
Okay, so Payback is going to be good. I think you only gave one middle thumb. I don't think you gave any thumbs down.
I did. Austin Theory, I was thumb down.
Okay, well, the GOAT, John Cena, will make his return to WWE, not just for one time, but for like 9 appearances or something. That's going to happen on SmackDown this week. Hopefully, we'll see John Cena on the pay-per-view as well. All right, AEW All Out. Of course, they're back in Chicago. It's probably a sellout. I heard Tony Khan say that they're going to make $1 million on this pay-per-view, whether they sell a single pay-per-view purchase or not. Coming up on Sunday. Again, it'll be free at Dave & Buster's. That's a good one because it's about a $60 pay-per-view you can watch absolutely free. I'm going to go through this card, and it is the who's who of professional wrestling. None of the stories, like they really shotgun some stories on Dynamite this week, and I know that they will on Collision and Rampage, but it's because they literally went all in on All In, obviously. Pun intended, but also not. I mean, if you have 80,000 people, you definitely got to go all in, regardless of what it is. All right, so All Out, Luchasaurus defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin.
It's
cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, cool. Whatever, cool.
Orange Cassidy is finally going to lose the international championship to John Moxley. I've seen this coming to where he says he always looks a little more tired. He says his backpack is getting heavier by the day, but he's going to continue to push forward. I just think this is the time. And Moxley, why not him?
Yeah, those are 2 workhorses of WWE. I mean, not WWE, AEW. That's a lot. They put a graphic up of Moxley's the first wrestler to make it to 50 wins this year. And you've had Orange Cassidy with 30 title defenses. 30?
It's incredible.
It's insane. So 2 workhorses, I love it.
Chris Statlander defends the AEW TBS Championship against Ruby Soho. I mean, that'll be good. It's just we know that Ruby's not going to win, right?
5-star. The AEW Women's Division. What do you call it? The drizzling shits.
But they are all stars.
Are they though?
Ruby Soho, fresh off WWE.
Only star I acknowledge.
Britt Baker. You know what I'm saying, though. All right, moving on. Adam Cole and MJF, the tag team champions. It says to be determined. Have they determined who they're defending the titles against? Or is it Mike Bennett and... No, wrong.
And even last night, I don't think they even determined it last night. I don't think... MJF and Adam Cole were on the show last night. I know Adam Cole did like a promo.
He did do a promo, and MJF was backstage after the victory and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was a really good touch as well. All right, Samoa Joe defending his Ring of Honor World Television Championship against Shane Taylor, somebody that we are not familiar with.
I'll say yes because Samoa Joe gets me to watch.
Absolutely. Kenny Omega versus Takeshka. Did I say that right?
I don't do it.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Takeshka.
Sure. Once you finish all these, I have to ask you a question, but yeah, I'll watch.
This will be a fantastic match, but again, it's Takeshka. We don't, the casual wrestling fan, and I'm pointing at myself here, doesn't know that much about him, but I know that's going to be a banger. FTR and the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold. Spot Fest.
Yeah, I love me a good Spot Fest.
Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Apparently, CM Punk tried to fight Miro this weekend.
I heard that was, that's another thing. I heard that was just, no.
Like, CM Punk was a fight.
Let me tell you something, brother. If CM Punk is trying to fight Miro, somebody needs to drug test CM Punk here. And I'm half kidding, but Eddie Kingston and Shibata versus Blackpool Combat Club.
Eddie Kingston is someone else. If you put him in the ring, I'll watch.
That's a solid card, man.
It's a good card, but I want to ask you this.
All Out.
I know we got 5 minutes, but I want to ask you this. Coming off a show like you had All In, is this too much too fast?
It is really a lot too fast. I think what they're doing though is that typically they would make all that pay-per-view money, in the States. So by doing it and having it in London, in England, right? So that's just new, fresh money. We were going to get this United States money anyway, so let's go get this money, and then we'll get this money anyway because it's going to sell out. Now, the problem that they might have is people shelling out $60, $50 2 times back to back. That's where Dave and Buster's comes in, where you can come watch it absolutely free with us. But the money, it's the money. I mean, they were already making that money in the States, and then by getting that money internationally, they just doubled up. That's a lot of money to go get to, boy. They got the bag.
I love it. Go get the bag, Tony Khan. I just think it's like, it's not an overload because I think if you put it on TV, people will watch it. But like, that's a lot of wrestling, bro, in 2 weeks.
This content will continue to make money forever.
Oh yeah, I love it, bro. I'll watch both shows this weekend because 901 Day is Friday. I'll take that day, but Saturday and Sunday I'll be watching wrestling.
Perfect segue because we are live. So here is what's coming up this Friday. Memphis Wrestling will premiere on Action News 5+. Oh yeah, with the Memphis Wrestling Women's Championship on the line for the first time ever on WMC. Nick, the Goddess of the Night, defends the Memphis Wrestling Women's Championship against Mackenzie Morgan, her ex-best friend. So don't forget, you can watch that at 11 p.m. on Friday on Action News 5+. Then again at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And of course, you can watch youtube.com/@Memphis Wrestling. Also this Friday, it is 901 Day. So it's perfect that Memphis Wrestling is premiering on Action News 5+ on 901 Day. And plus, I'm going to be on with Tina Neely. It's going to air next week. So I do that on Friday. Head out to 901 Day with the Redbirds at AutoZone Park. And Devin, your boy is going to be in a dunk tank.
The real question is the hair going to get wet?
That's the real question. All you have to do is hit the bullseye. I'm going to be out there at 5 p.m. at AutoZone Park in the dunk tank. I hope to see you there. Then this Saturday, as we said, WWE Payback, absolutely free at Dave & Buster's. Then Sunday, we're right back for AEW All Out at Dave & Buster's. And then Saturday night, September 9th, Memphis Wrestling returns to the Dyer County Fair. It is going to be the Bicentennial Bash. King Cobra is actually going to fight Big Red.
Shout out King Cobra, bro.
Hell yeah, man. And then on September 17th, JTG and Fred Rosser are coming to Memphis Wrestling.
Wait, hold on. JTG is coming from
money.
Yeah.
Money.
Crime Time? Can we not have...
JTG is coming.
Can I ask you for a favor?
Sure.
Can you not ask him to do Crime Time bits on your show?
Why? We'll talk about that later. Then on September 25th, I'm excited to announce that Memphis Wrestling will return to the Mid-South Fair. That's Monday night, September 25th. Not only can you see the stars of Memphis Wrestling, but the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, is coming with us. That's going down on September 25th. And I have to remind you that on the 22nd and 23rd of September, Impact Wrestling will be at Graceland. And also, I hear that you might get a little AEW action coming up too, Devin.
Yeah, that's what Birdie told me. But we got to wait on that one.
All right, so what you got coming up this weekend?
Friday 901 Day. I'm looking for a move, man. I know like we had our 901 Day party on the plaza last year for the Grizzlies. I wasn't able to attend it. Of course, this year we don't have a party and I'm able to attend it, but I'm free. Of course, we don't have a party this year, so that's lame.
AutoZone Park.
So I'm looking for a move. Saturday, probably wrestling. Sunday, probably wrestling. So we got a packed weekend, man. I also want to give a shout out to I got this new Bray Wyatt shirt off eBay. You're probably gonna love it. I'll wear it soon. I got a great shirt at Raw Judgment Day. Great shirt. I wanted the Mommy's on Top shirt, but I couldn't take myself seriously wearing that. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good weekend. If y'all see me out this weekend, say something, say what's up. Don't be scared. I'm always chilling, so we'll be outside.
So you do take into consideration that you could not wear Mommy's on Top to work. Like today, you've got a Stone Cold baseball jersey on. So you're like, well, if it said Stone Cold on top, I can't wear it, so I can't buy it.
Yeah, I can't buy it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Like, I just can't like walk around with a shirt that says Mommy's on top. Like, come on, bro. Like my girlfriend be like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm like,
Title of this podcast, Mommy's on Top. That's all the time we have on Grind City Wrestling. He is Devin Walker, baby. I am Dustin Starr, and I'll see you at bell time. Oh, yeah. Hey, can we really name it Mommy's on Top?
I wish.